set to face a judge for a shooting at a Taunton store. A clerk shot during that botched robbery. She fought back against the suspects, and that's when the gun went off.
WBZ's Nick Giovanni is live in Taunton with the very latest. Nick?
Kate and Chris, a 17-year-old suspect and an 18-year-old suspect, both arrested overnight. I can tell you the 18-year-old just stood before a judge. Prosecutors say he was not the trigger man, but was held without bail pending a dangerousness hearing.
18-year-old Billy Morris was escorted out of Taunton Police Headquarters Thursday morning in handcuffs, transported to district court to face charges of armed and masked robbery, assault with a dangerous weapon, and conspiracy. 12 hours after police say he and a juvenile suspect stormed into this package store attempting to rob it. According to investigators, the 17-year-old suspect was gripping a shotgun, and the two confronted the store clerk.
The shooter was poking her, if you will, with the weapon. Is when it discharged.
Refusing to open the register, police say the woman behind the counter stood up to the suspects, reached for the gun, and was shot. The suspects ran, and the clerk called for help.
We received a call from the 911 system, and it was the victim. The victim had called and was requesting assistance immediately. So you could tell she was grasping for air.
Investigators say surveillance video helped lead them to the 17-year-old suspect's home at 1:30 Thursday morning.
As a result of that, they went to a location in the city of Taunton, and they had an opportunity to speak to a grandmother and mother who brought them up to the bedroom of a juvenile.
Inside the home, police say they found shoes that stuck out on surveillance footage.
I think they were either pink shoes or pink laces. Something that was obvious, like a distinctive to them, like your fingerprint.
Taunton police say the 17-year-old identified Morris as his accomplice. Morris was then arrested at his home a short time later.
Now, as for the 17-year-old suspect, he is heading to juvenile court where he's going to face charges that include assault to murder and armed robbery.
As Silver City gas owner Charlie Boulos arrived this morning to a burned-out truck in his driveway. The mechanic says he just finished repairing the truck for a customer before leaving his Weir Street business yesterday evening around 5.
I park it here, I lock it, I put the battery, and I put the power steering line in, that's it.
Taunton police say just before 11:30 p.m., someone called 911 reporting the truck was on fire. Firefighters extinguished the flames, but that was just the beginning. A half hour later, another fire was reported at a local bakery down the street. Firefighters quickly put that out as well. Overnight, they'd respond to 3 more small fires in backyards and a 5th on Leonard Court. All in the same area, all considered suspicious, and all now under investigation by police. No one was hurt.
It's a serious crime, so hopefully we catch the person.
Back at Silver City Gas, the truck's owner, James Steiner, arrived to see the damage.
Right now, I feel very unlucky. I got to call my insurance company and see what they're going to say.
Steiner says his truck is a total loss. He's hoping police can track down a suspect and get some answers.
You'll get caught sooner or later. Everybody screws up.
In Taunton, Katie Thompson, WCVB News Center.
Say that a deadly stabbing spree in Massachusetts could have been much worse if not for one man's heroic actions. 2 victims were killed in this rampage. At least 5 others were attacked. An off-duty sheriff's deputy shot and killed the attacker. The motive for the stabbings remains unclear today. It started at a home and then ended inside a shopping mall. Anna Warner's outside that mall in Taunton, south of Boston. Anna, good morning.
Good morning, Gail. As you said, this is one of 2 crime scenes here in Taunton. Now, police are keeping us back, but if you look, you might be able to see the plywood covering the entrance to that Macy's. That is where police say 28-year-old Arthur DeRosa crashed his car, then walked in and started attacking people. That was after he attacked several people at a scene 3 miles from here. When it was over, police say he and 2 others were dead.
Reported an off-duty police officer shot somebody over at Bertucci's.
A deadly stabbing spree ended in gunfire inside this Bertucci's restaurant in Taunton. Police say an off-duty deputy sheriff fired 1 shot, killing the suspect, Arthur DeRosa, before he killed anyone else.
There was a pregnant lady who came out and she was holding her stomach. She was screaming and crying to save her baby, help her.
DeRosa first rammed his car through the front of this Macy's and, armed with a knife, walked inside the mall and started his attack.
tragedy has certainly hit the city of Taunton hard here this evening.
At least 4 people were stabbed in 2 separate locations. This couple spotted a young girl hiding in the bushes outside the mall.
You could tell she was scared for her life.
She saw a guy walk in and he grabbed a chair to hurt one of the waitresses, and then she saw him stab the waitress.
Police say the bloodshed started more than 3 miles away. DeRosa crashed his car into a truck before stabbing a mother and daughter inside this home.
One of the women has succumbed to her injuries and died at the hospital. She was 80 years old.
Officials here believe the death toll could have been worse if not for the off-duty deputy sheriff who shot the suspect, ending the rampage.
It appears that but for the actions of the deputy sheriff, there may very well have been other victims.
Now, Massachusetts State Police do not know the reason for this crime spree, but they say terror is not their suspected motive here. One of the wounded survivors is facing life-threatening injuries. Charlie?
And accused of shooting another boy with a rifle is under GPS monitoring following a dangerousness hearing today. Investigators say the shooting stemmed from a growing problem on social media affecting countless kids across the country. Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado continues our in-depth coverage now live in the newsroom.
Police say the Taunton middle schooler who allegedly shot another boy was reportedly being cyberbullied. So we went to the local expert on that topic to ask about bullying and the violence that can stem from it. When Dr. Elizabeth Englander heard about a Taunton boy allegedly shooting another boy in an apparent cyberbullying situation, she says she wasn't overly surprised.
Children of that age tend to often be very impulsive.
As the director of the Massachusetts Aggression Reduction Center at Bridgewater State University, she studies childhood behaviors like cyberbullying.
And what this case really shows you is the danger of letting bullying incidents just slide and not dealing with them and responding to them.
She says children often report higher levels of distress from online bullying incidents.
All people are emboldened online because you're not looking at the person you're speaking to, and that makes you feel like you can say things that you normally would never say to another person.
Taunton police say a group of boys had been bullying the shooting suspect on Facebook. When they showed up at his house on Monday, police say he got a rifle from a locked safe in his house and shot one of them.
I don't think children should have access to weapons without supervision. I think it's been pretty well established that if people are in the heat of the moment and they have access to weapons, they will use them.
And Dr. Englander says children generally shouldn't be allowed to use social media until they are 13. And she said kids who might have behavioral issues like fighting or bullying may need to wait until they're older to have those accounts. Live in the newsroom, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.
Police are investigating 2 unrelated violent crimes in the city that left 2 people dead.
Police tell us a Taunton man was shot to death inside an apartment on Hart Street when the victim of a home invasion fought back. And just a few miles away, a young woman was found stabbed to death inside a home on Morton Street. Right now, a vigil is about to get underway for her.
New at 6:30, Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado just spoke with the victim's fiance and sister. She joins us live from Taunton with Southeastern Massachusetts Mobile Newsroom.
As police continue to investigate this horrific murder, we're talking with the victim's fiance and her family about what she was like.
I can't even think of somebody who could want to do something like this to her.
The fiance of Vanessa Courtney, distraught one day after she found her partner of 4 years dead in the apartment they shared on Morton Street in Taunton. Police say she was either stabbed or slashed to death. Nicole Clark says there was no sign that anyone broke in.
It was somebody who she knew, she let this person inside my home. She trusted them to come inside here. And this is what they did to her.
He just was a loving person and she had a big heart.
Courtney's sister, Sarah Courtney, says Vanessa recently finished barber school. She leaves behind a loving family who just want her killer caught.
She loved all my siblings and my mother.
Her son,
her son, my nephew, Jaden.
The memorial of flowers, candles, and loving messages grows outside the apartment while police investigate who committed the homicide. They do not currently have any suspects, and Clark says she doesn't know of anyone who disliked her fiancé.
Everybody loved her. Everybody loved her.
We begin at 10 with new details on a disturbing crime out of Taunton. Good evening, I'm Shannon Heggie.
And I'm Mike Montecalvo. As we first reported on Eyewitness News at 6 over on WPRI 12, a Taunton teen is facing assault charges after allegedly biting a store clerk in the face.
Eyewitness News reporter Sheena Loshuto has more on what police say led up to the attack. Sheena?
Well, according to police, this suspect has allegedly shoplifted from this gas station before, and the store clerk that was working knew that, so he was trying to stop that from happening again. Police say the man was simply just reaching over when the suspect attacked him.
Matter of Joel Davila.
19-year-old Joel Davila ordered held without bail after police say he bit a man in the face. Taunton police say they responded to a bloody gas station attack on Broadway late Monday night. The victim, a 55-year-old store clerk. Investigators went through surveillance videos. They say it looks like Davila may have been trying to steal a drink, so the store employee reached over to stop him from opening a cooler. That's when Davila allegedly bit the 55-year-old man's arm and then his face, leaving the victim bleeding profusely. Police tell us one witness called 911 and tried helping the victim while someone else made sure the suspect didn't get away. When officers got there, Davila was sitting on the floor in one of the aisles. He was later taken to the hospital to be evaluated. As soon as the suspect was released, he was arrested and charged by Taunton police.
All in all, I recommend further evaluation. I think it should happen in strict security given the allegations.
Davila was arraigned in a Taunton courtroom Tuesday afternoon. Officials told the judge the suspect has a history of substance abuse as well as mental health issues.
Are you asking at this point that it be competency of stand trial and criminal responsibility? I would ask for both at this point.
The judge also ordered Davila to undergo a mental evaluation.
Now, police tell us the victim was taken to a Boston hospital. His injuries are considered serious but not life-threatening. Reporting live in the newsroom tonight, I'm Sheena Loshuto, Eyewitness News.